you've decided to hit play once again and listen to That Is Bad Takeout.
That which is bad takeout.
That which is... Don't correct my fucking English before we even
That
start
thou
the show.
art.
Bad Takeout.
Yeah.
Jeremy Tomberg.
Hi, I'm Kevin Crowley.
And we are here to bring you an hour of fun and laughter. Though we don't bring fun and laughter to everybody. I had lunch with a friend, a work friend, and his son is our young fan.
Yes.
And his son threw him under the bus, and he does not like the show. He doesn't understand why it's funny.
Who? The
Ben.
kid? Oh,
No,
boy.
Ben.
The dad.
He thinks we're good, but doesn't get. He
humor.
doesn't get it.
Really?
He doesn't listen to talk. That's
what
what I think. But he doesn't listen to talk radio
this
ever.
isn't great. Don't get me wrong.
No, it's not.
We're not lighting anything up on fire.
No, we're not turning waves.
But
here.
it's not fucking, neuroscience.
No, yeah.
Okay. He probably doesn't like the fact that how old is his son?
14?
His CDA probably doesn't like the fact that his 14-year-old son is probably like saying like piss flaps and like,
Gash.
queef jokes.
And gay jokes.
Which is understandable. I'm not a parent, so.
He only listened once for like 5 minutes, I'm sure. I'm sure all judgments.
What did he mention?
No, it was probably a while ago.
Oh, boy.
We're on 32, Kevin.
Oh, 32.
We've come a long way.
Huh, it's like Super Bowls. There's a lot more. I think there's like 50 Super Bowls already.
Something like that. But anyways, welcome.
Yes.
Here we are.
A very special Columbus Day edition.
Columbus Day. You said you went shopping for Columbus Day.
It's a national holiday.
What did
we're working.
what did you buy? Oh, go ahead. You can cough. It's fine.
It's a little
We have no
spun.
rules here.
No.
What did you buy for Columbus Day?
I bought a jacket for fall.
Just a jacket?
Just a jacket.
What kind?
Little bomber jacket.
What does a bomber mean? Like you're a pilot?
No, it's like
Leather?
No, it's like cloth. It's like a light to medium interior in terms of warmth, but it's
How much that set you back?
well, there was a sale.
Go ahead, lay it on me.
60% off.
Wow, and it's only today only, right?
Yeah.
I should have gone.
Yeah, and they tried to get me to sign up for a credit card, but I'm like, no, thank you. I would have saved an addition. I would have gotten it for free, basically, if I signed up for a credit card.
You could have done it and just never
And then
used a
just
credit card.
tear it apart, yeah. But I don't like the fact...
Was it only a 1-day sale, right?
I think it might have been the weekend. I don't know.
Oh, I should have gone. Yeah. Fuck it.
Exactly, you don't need it. Yeah. I'm never going to wear it. I look like an asshole in a bomber jacket.
Can't wait to see this bomber jacket.
Yeah, well, I got to wait for it to fucking, cool down a little bit.
It finally has, but now it heats up.
I know.
That's the problem.
California.
God damn it.
Boo. I'm sure and we
Boo.
have a lot of listeners.
Midwest.
Midwest, maybe the East Coast, who knows? And they're like,
It's freezing.
you don't have to shovel snow, assholes.
It's true. I miss those days. Is that wrong? I miss the days. So,
so do I.
I'll go home for Thanksgiving, and I will completely be just ruined. Like, I'll be there for an hour, and the snow, the bad weather will just drive me nuts.
I was having a completely uneventful conversation with the girl who was helping me out at Banana Republic. She's like, oh, you going somewhere? And I lied to her.
You going somewhere what, for Thanksgiving?
No. They're like, oh, it's a nice new jacket. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going out of town.
That's what you said. I'm going out. You just made up a lie.
Immediately lied.
Why?
Because I don't know. She's a cute store girl. I'm like, I'm a man of mystery, Jeremy. That's
So you
why.
want her to think like you're James Bond.
Gotta fly over to the pond.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that you
which
would
is
just,
actually like
you
stupid.
would just
City.
lie on the drop of the hat like that.
Well, I told you, I give. It's not a very redeemable quality, but yeah, I give fake names at Starbucks.
Every time. There's not. You never use Kevin.
Yeah,
What was your most recent name that you used?
Bob.
And you just it's just something you do.
Yeah, I'm an actor, Jeremy.
You're an actor.
No, I'm not
All
an
right.
actor. I'm a terrible liar. Too.
You're Bob with a new
But I was
bomber jacket.
exactly Bob.
Bob.
Short for Robert.
And you make backgrounds for each one of your characters.
No, they're all cool.
They're just all cool.
For the 45 seconds that I'm lying to these people, I'm like, all right.
Are you going anywhere for Thanksgiving?
I'll probably go back to the East Coast. Yeah.
You don't know yet, though.
I haven't booked my flight, but that's the plan.
All right.
Yeah. My buddy actually sent me a link for cheap tickets.
Luckily, I have already purchased the ticket.
Oh, yeah?
For me and my lady to the Chicagoland area.
That's good.
It'll be nice.
Yeah.
I hope.
Spend time with the family on the holiest of occasions.
Is it really? Well, actually, it is.
Well, Thanksgiving.
Well, it's Hanukkah this year on Thanksgiving. Like the first night of Hanukkah is on Thanksgiving.
Really?
It's very weird this year.
What's that based
Jew
on?
calendar.
Yeah.
It's just the way the Jew calendar falls. It's a weird. I guess maybe it's a weird year.
I thought it was always at least in December.
It always is. This is very
It'll
odd.
end. It'll be at December 2nd.
It'll be very odd.
So us Goyim will have the 23 days to ourselves.
yeah, this year you have the whole You know, the whole month to yourself, pretty much.
Good. Just throwing it out there. Good. We deserve it. We've had a rough year.
Why have you? Who's had a rough year?
Goyim.
Go ahead, explain.
I can only assume.
You just
know.
assume, but then that means the Jews have probably had a worse year
Well,
because
of
everyone
course.
hates the Jews more.
Boo. 4
It's not
million.
nice.
No, I'm kidding.
Do you just assume every Jew has money?
No, not at all. I love Jews. You know, they're good people. Well, I've defended myself before on this topic. I got no beef with Jews. I got no beef with anybody
You just like to
except those fucking
Hebes.
French Chinese.
The French Chinese I would not be a fan of. Ugh, smug and bad driving.
And bad drivers.
it's
Yes,
not.
it's true.
Did you see that in New York? That Banksy thing happened. I wanted to ask you.
I did. I was reading it today.
That's insane. So
And-
he opened up shop, like had some guy like open up like a little art area, like a street vendor.
And like Central
and
Park was it or something?
I'm not. I don't know New York, so I don't
Okay.
want to say. But he opened up shop, had like I don't know 30, 40 original Banksies signed.
Wow.
A couple even had his phone number on it.
No shit.
For $60 a piece. This stuff can probably sell upwards of $10,000 to $20,000
no
a
kidding.
piece.
Yeah.
And they only made $420. So do the math. 420 divided by 60.
8. Maybe?
That's all he sold.
No, 8. Maybe 8. Who knows?
Well, whatever the math is, doesn't matter.
Wow, I would have bought them.
Would you have known? Like people walked by and had no idea.
Was it Banksy who was selling them?
No, it was an old man.
How do you know it wasn't Banksy? No one knows what Banksy looks
It's
like.
absolutely true.
Well, yeah, he's. I was reading that he's been doing a like a residence in
All
New York.
over New York, like just every day over the last month, he's been putting stuff
Did
up.
you hear what happened last week? Mm-mm. Oh my god!
Please tell me.
One of my favorite stories. I guess he went to East New York, which is a really bad part of Brooklyn.
When you say bad, because I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you mean bad? Like black bad?
yeah.
Russian bad?
No, it's like
Jew bad?
It's pretty gangsta. Let's put it
Gangster.
that way.
It's just hood.
Yeah, that's like where like fucking
Jay-Z,
possibly. I don't know. I'm not very hip.
Notorious B.I.G.
No, he was from. I think he was from Brooklyn. I should know these.
You should
things.
know your rap.
I wear a
gangster
bomber
history.
jacket.
You wear a bomber jacket.
Fucking nerd.
Go ahead.
But he went to East New York and made this. He does the stencils, and he had a
Right.
stencil of like a badger or something, and it was like holy shit. And it was signed and everything, and they're like, and he must have done it like 3 or 4 in the morning. So like word got around, and people started coming, like white yuppie, like hipster motherfuckers who will never come to East New York.
Right.
They were all coming down there. So like these 3 guys, like just guys who've been there the whole time and defend East New York for all the shittiness. 3 black dudes. They covered it up with a piece of like construction paper or like a plastic bag, and charged everybody $20 to see it.
No.
And take a picture. Yeah.
He covered it up.
Yeah. No, these 3 black dudes, like they were like, "Yo, we're entrepreneurs. We're gonna make, like you're gonna come to my neighborhood. I'm gonna, collect the tax." To look at this Banksy shit, like you never want to come down here and take photos of this wall, when there isn't a Banksy shit. So,
Wow, I wonder if were people paying?
oh fuck yeah, of course they were. They were terrified.
They
they
were
were like, it was either $20 or I think like a large cheese pizza or like a large pizza. I swear to God. And
There's an entrepreneur right there.
there's a video of it actually on YouTube,
That's funny.
and it's just these 3 like just straight up don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, man, I'm fucking grimy.
There's nothing
I'm
you
hood,
really
and
can do about it.
What are you gonna do? Like say no. Get back in your fucking,
Did you see that
get back in your hybrid and get the fuck.
the van driving around with all like the pigs and animals on it? That was a Banksy. Like there was like a van with like pigs, not real ones, like stuffed animal pigs and cows like hanging out of it and driving around. There was all kinds of noises.
That's cool.
He's out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's an artist,
Right.
I mean, like a lot of art, like I've been in the Getty Center, I've been to the L.A. LACMA.
Right.
It's all modern art, all like you see Van Goghs and Pissarros and all this stuff, and I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. I think. I mean, it's all like
It's all subjective. You don't know.
It's like
It's
music.
whatever you like. It's like whatever your mind and your eyes see.
Yeah, there's a really cool.
I liked
Monet. I like the Monet stuff with the. It's like mounds of hay and on like a sunset. And it's beautiful.
I enjoy
Couldn't
like
tell you why.
I like the LACMA. I went for that Stanley Kubrick thing, and I enjoy like the Getty. I enjoy them. They're beautiful. But I think I'm more of like a pop culture art kind of guy. Like
Yeah.
I see this old stuff and I like it. It's very cool.
Well, you saw Exit Through the Gift Shop, right?
Yeah.
With Mr. Brainwash.
Mr. Brainwash, the little French guy.
Yeah, I saw him at the Fairfax swap meet one weekend, and I was just like, oh no shit. And he was
You
just
say
smoking
anything?
butts. Fucking.
You say hello or anything?
No, I don't do that. I saw it's the girl from Heartbreak Kid, the blonde.
Heartbreak Kid.
I think it was a Ben Stiller movie. I don't know, I was with my buddy Jim, and he pointed her out, and she was gorgeous. And like I IMDb'd her real quick, and like walked past her at Gelson's, and like gave her like a big hot sniff.
Ew.
Yeah,
That's kind of creepy.
She care.
You could have said
She
hello.
was creeped out by me to begin with.
You could have just said hello. I'm Kevin.
Hey.
Or I'm Bob.
Well,
Give
she
her
was-
one of your fake names.
Yeah. Donatello.
What's your top fake like names you use? Like there's one they use a lot. Gets a lot more use than other names.
I use Barry.
Barry.
Yeah.
Do you try to make them laugh with your name?
No. Because what, they're going to laugh at my name?
That's what you should try to do. Is like
I
try,
should probably open the spectrum a little bit. I should
like
be
try
like,
to say names that like see if you can get them to laugh.
yeah, like make up names. Like, you know, Ass Inspector. Or like Dr. Buns. You know, I wonder if they would, you know, take and say, Dr. Buns? Is there a Dr. Buns here?
What are you, Bart Simpson?
Oh, I guess so. There's a Simpsons reference.
Bend Over.
Yeah.
Those were good episodes though when Mo got upset.
Fantastic. I heard they're going to kill off one of the Simpsons characters.
I read that this year.
I haven't watched The Simpsons in years. I mean, I'll still always watch the ones from 95, 96.
I have them all. I like the original, like couple, like dozen seasons are really enjoyable.
What were they, like 26 seasons now?
Well,
I
now
think?
they're probably up to like 30, 34. Who knows?
You think they'll ever cancel that?
I don't know. It's a
I mean,
staple.
not cancel it. I mean, like,
It's probably a
Close it up.
staple.
'Cause they've gone
It
through-
should have ended years ago.
they've gone through a mill of so many people.
It
you
should
know?
have. Now it's all about cameos. Now every time you see it, it's like this person's on the show this week. This person's on the show. It's no longer about like the story. It used to be just a good,
And they hold up. I mean, and it's not like I always break your balls over your nostalgia, but I remember watching those episodes at like the dinner table, like, you know, the dining room table.
I love The Simpsons on so many levels because when you're a kid, it's Bart. Bart is like hysterical. He's like what you want to be.
Homer is great.
But when you get older, it's Homer that becomes
You
your.
know, you're right. Holy shit.
When you get older, it's Homer that's really the star of the show. But when you're a kid, you think it's Bart.
This is an Ashen in the Sink moment. You know, it's just like a revelation.
I don't understand. Can we please go back to that?
I asked today, actually, in the sink.
You did.
It was very-
You were taking a shit.
And I was thinking of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, while I was shitting.
I appreciate that because I can't believe you would just ash into your balls
yeah.
when you smoke on the toilet. It doesn't even make as non-smoker.
Excuse
Doesn't
me,
make
pardon
sense.
me.
Excuse me, friends.
Yeah.
Let me push you to the left as I ash between my legs.
It's like you're walking through Dodger Stadium.
There's so much damage that could happen. What if you flick too hard and the ash goes off or your cherry pops off?
Oh, I'm pretty sure even though I was trying to burn my taint with a cherry, it wouldn't last long. You know, I don't have a very high threshold for pain. I mean, I have a couple tattoos, so that's the only thing that I'm like, yeah, I'm tough. Like, this shit hurts, and I'm.
Have you been like laid the fuck out, like punched real hard in the face, like taken one?
Yes, I have.
What did you do?
I got knocked out.
And you lay down.
Yeah.
I got hit only one time real hard in the back of the head. Someone like took their elbow and like popped me from the back.
Oh yeah,
And it hit me in the back.
I got elbowed. I was at Woodstock 99.
Oh, that's right. You told me that you did tell us. I think you might have told us the story that you went to Woodstock.
And I got elbowed in the back of the head. I jumped into a mosh pit, and within like not even a second, I was like, duh, like seeing stars.
I would never survive in a mosh pit. Some of those people really take. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, they love it, and they love just hurting people. You know, like there are people who get a thrill out of hurting other people. I'm sure it's thrilling, but it's not a very Christian thing to do.
Speaking of Christian thing to do, we have a meeting tomorrow with my buddy who is going to help us get everything situated with iTunes.
Really? Should I be there?
You're welcome to come, but I mean, he's gonna show me how to submit it and make sure we do the right thing, and
Okay.
hopefully after we submit it, you'll be able to
Cha-ching.
Yeah, we can finally start making some money on this show. We won't be charging you guys, no.
Oh, how do you make money? Oh, we can like get sponsors and stuff. I'm telling you, fucking X Hamster, and what else?
We can bring it back. We can go to these websites and try.
Okay, Go Daddy, GoDaddy. Is that what it's
I
called?
think that's for a domain.
Oh.
We already have a website, dummy, which is www.badtakeout.com.
Don't mind that plug.
Just head on over to
Fuck it, why not?
head over to
Bookmark
Facebook.
it,
Facebook.com/badtakeout.
Be a silly goose. Be a silly goose and bookmark it.
So what's going on with you? Anything exciting happened to you? Anything? Ooh, I forgot to tell you. Completely just to cut you
Fuck
off.
me, yeah.
Yeah, if I don't give a shit. Went to get a massage today on the
Okay.
request of our friend John, who's been on the show. He told me to go to this place to get a massage. Just right off the bat, no cummies. I know what you're thinking right away. No happy ending.
Okay. Did she offer?
No, which I don't understand. How does that? First off, how does that happen?
Did you look at, like, were you, when you walked, have you been in this place before?
No, never went in before.
Okay, so were there any signs that said, like, do not solicit masseuses for
No.
sexual
I don't
treats?
know. I didn't see that.
Okay.
It looked on the up and up though. But anyways, the point of my tale is when we got there. Go ahead. You had
No.
no. Go ahead.
I'm sure it could come up, but, you know, like, even if you kind of, like, were you nude under the towel?
No, they specifically. I would have. I was ready to
Yeah.
get nude. They specifically said get naked or take off your clothes, but leave your underwear on.
I would have left.
You would have left.
Absolutely.
Really?
I would have spit on the ground
Wow.
and say that my uncle didn't fight you people 40 years ago for me not to have the possibility of my penis exposed to you. How dare you?
Well, I think they want it on because they do all those crazy moves. Like they put your legs behind your back and they like.
So?
I don't think they want to see up your
Saltwater
grunion.
taffy. It pops out.
But anywho, the funniest thing I
It's
wanted
like
to tell
Osama
you
bin Laden eating a
was,
cocktail friend.
was when we got there, she was walking me towards the room, and she goes, "You need let loom?" And I had no idea what she was saying. I go, "Excuse me?" And she goes, "Let loom." And I said, "I'm sorry, I don't understand." She goes, "Lest loom." And I picked it up. It was rest room.
Oh.
And I had myself a little chuckle. I was like, "Yeah, please." And when she showed me, I had a little laugh. All I could think about was you.
Did you correct her?
No, what am I gonna say? It's restroom, you
What's
stupid
she gonna do?
bitch.
Spit in your food? Who cares?
They're about to rub me down.
Problem? What are they gonna do? Do a poor job because you corrected them?
I wasn't gonna get into
You're
it.
right. You know.
But she
and
said
who am
less
I?
loom, and I had to ask her like 3 times before I could get to it was restroom. She must have thought I was so ridiculous, stupid white man.
Yeah. Well, look, it's a tricky
I
language.
speak English. You can't understand me.
Yeah.
Like that's what she probably thought.
Forgiveness, please.
Forgiveness, please. But no, I regress. Go ahead, please.
Well, I mean, I'm always down for a massage. I got one like a couple months ago. I got like one of those Amazon local deals, and it was
Happy ending?
No, but I was nude.
Did she offer?
No, I think you got to like go to certain places to it.
How would one know? Not that I'm looking to get one, but how do you know? Because you seem like the kind of person that would know.
I would think there's like code words or like symbols.
Like on the rest store.
Yeah, like as let's say you're on your back and you're on your stomach and she's rubbing your shoulders and stuff. She's like flip over, and if you're like, huh?
Like you give her the high sign.
Yeah.
She start rubby.
Yeah, or depending where, like.
Oh no, she got up there. Like she was near the region and never came up.
Well, I mean.
Though I told you it happened to me once in high school when I went to Acapulco.
Right. Well, there you go.
And I didn't, but that just happened. It was like they didn't ask any questions. They were just like,
oh yeah.
oh yeah.
It's like.
She might have asked, "Do you want relaxation?" But how the fuck was I supposed to know what that meant?
I would put two and
I didn't.
I would always take
At like
relaxation.
18, I did not.
Sure.
Right, and I would. Okay, yeah, of course I
No,
would.
thank you. Relaxation
Yeah,
is
no,
not for me.
Right, of course I would say whatever that is. So right away.
Wow. And were you like, excuse me, ma'am?
No, I was
This is
just
very
like,
unprofessional of you.
I figured, what the fuck? I'm never gonna see this Mexican Acapulco again.
I think there are. Like, you probably have. Chances are you live in L.A. You've crossed paths.
We're hitting a lot of
What?
We're hitting
Look,
a lot of things tonight.
Columbus Day, man. We have to celebrate
Go ahead, explain what Columbus Day is.
we have to celebrate the unity of Americans, even though he never actually came to the continental United States. But yeah, it's today's Columbus Day. Anyone with responsibility and like real jobs may or may not have worked today. They might have even had a paid holiday. Who knows how this corporate thing
I
goes.
should have been working,
Really?
but like I told you, my Christmas show got canceled or moved to another company.
Well, you're Jew.
Oh,
They got the memo.
they got the memo and they wanted to go with a bunch of goyim.
But yeah, I think it's always the second Monday of October, and it's more of like people want to like call it Exploration Day,
And not Columbus Day because what? Because he had slaves. And
yes, because he wasn't very nice to the Native Americans when he showed up.
What do
he
you mean? There was no one here when he got here. He founded America.
Sure. Oh no. I mean, but
What are you trying to say?
In today's
What are you trying to say, Kevin?
Well, I mean, like throughout his 4 journeys, I think he did 4 treks from Spain and all over the place.
I'm pretty sure when he landed here, there was nobody here.
He never landed here. The fucking Pilgrims landed here. But like
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth Rock landed on us.
Landed on us.
True.
Malcolm X said that.
free Carl Lee. But no, he.
Indians.
But a lot of Italians, because he was from Genoa, which no longer exists now. It's Italy. It's like northern Italy. But he, a lot of Italians, like we don't have a day. Like Irish have St. Patrick's Day. Blacks have a whole month, and they have Martin Luther King Day. But
Jews, go ahead. What do we have?
you have like your days of observance.
No one cares though.
Yeah. Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah.
No one likes the Jews.
You can't find a latke in town though. You can't go like you had Passover here, and I try to go get some kind of a Jewy dessert, and all the Jewish bakeries were shut up. They were closed up, shutters.
Well, yeah, no, you gotta go before the Jew holiday because those places are religious, so they gotta close.
But
go ahead.
Yeah, so a lot of Italians kind of take Columbus Day as like their national pride day.
I can see it. That's fair.
Yeah. And
Do they still teach? Do you know that in school do they still teach like Columbus?
yeah, he was a hero.
Do they still
Right,
teach
I
that?
mean, he was a hero to us, right? I mean, he was an explorer,
That's
and
what they taught us in school.
Galileo and Magellan. I mean, but he was the shit,
I wonder if they teach it differently now.
Okay, let me see how stupid I've become. Did he have the Nina Pinta and the Santa Maria? That was
Those are the ships that came here. Yeah.
right with the Pilgrims.
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay, nothing to do with Columbus. Columbus, 1492.
He sailed the ocean blue.
Yeah.
He sat on the grass and felt his ass in 1492.
Oh, he died of syphilis.
Just like Al Capone.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was banging cocktail waitresses 2 at a time. The players couldn't get a drink.
You slapped my brother. You slapped Columbus around?
I know, it was Johnny Ola told me. Johnny Ola told me about the Mayflower. But
Only a few people understand why that's funny.
I shouldn't. Jesus, call yourself a man. What's the matter with you? It's Columbus Day, and if a lot of people they bring up his past and how he he and all his crew just tortured the Indians were really nice to him. I mean, who knows? It's just
I'm pretty sure
there wasn't a camera there, so
Right.
I didn't see it.
We don't know, but I'm pretty sure we probably did some mean things.
Yeah,
We looked at them as savages, which we shouldn't have.
like apocalypto stuff,
Right.
throwing babies up against walls.
We
and
probably
stuff.
didn't care about them.
Yeah.
Looked at them like animals, which is not necessarily maybe fair looking back.
And using women as sex slaves.
Yeah.
But hey, it was a different world back then.
They didn't
It
know.
was, but it was more controlled because the Catholic Church funded his whole expedition, and to be a man of God and to set foot and say I named this fucking America because of because Jesus and God and the Holy Spirit, and then to be punching babies in the face and ripping people's skin off.
Should we not be celebrating Thanksgiving anymore? Should we stop it?
No, are you kidding me? It's 4 football games on. Fucking apple pie.
But you don't like pumpkin pie. What's that about?
Well, I don't like pumpkin. in
What
general.
What is that about? Do you like carving pumpkins? Or would you rather have nothing to do with it?
I don't like pumpkins
At all.
There's what do you? Yeah.
I happen to.
Fucking pumpkins taste like shit. The only thing that's good is the sugar and the, all that stuff that you put into pies. Pie crust tastes delicious. Have you ever sliced a piece of pumpkin and
Well, that's not necessarily fair.
eating it like a piece of watermelon?
You wouldn't eat a piece of onion necessarily raw. I mean, it's fine if you do, but I mean, most of the time you put some salt, some pepper.
Yeah, but I've
some
never had
garlic.
an onion pie. Like pumpkin. It's I left a fucking treat here for you before we started, and you spray, this pumpkin fresh Glade stuff.
Oh, you mean you farted in my
Yeah.
room, and I had some pumpkin.
You and I both could have enjoyed a roast beef, provolone, and arugula sandwich.
fart.
Yeah.
Is that what you got at Whole Foods?
I did.
You had to make you a sandwich
With a little sweet onion marmalade.
Oh, I've had the sweet onion. Ooh, Johnny.
I just sat there and I was
But
like,
yeah, when the time comes around, I enjoy the pumpkin flavor. I have pumpkin yogurt I picked up for my lady today.
Yeah.
She's made little pumpkin bars.
Not a fan.
You had them.
Apple. No, I didn't. I turned it down. You offered me a pumpkin white Russian.
Yes, you did turn it
And I
down.
said no, thank you.
It was delicious. I bought pumpkin vodka, pumpkin like creamer for coffee, and then I had Bailey's, and I made pumpkin white Russians.
And we all have the Pilgrims to thank for that. And Christopher
The
Columbus.
Pilgrims. So you don't believe there was a nice dinner between the Pilgrims and the Indians? You think that might have been bullshit?
No.
You think that Pilgrims might have been
See, because
eating and
they
the
were
Indians
like Puritans. Like, they didn't kill people, you know? Like, they weren't like Spanish missionaries, or not missionaries,
revolutionaries?
no, mercenaries.
Mercenaries.
Thank you. That's the word. You know, they weren't like coming there and saying, oh, this is ours now, you know? I mean, the Indians have had it pretty rough. You
Oh
know?
yeah,
And they're not really extinct, but I mean, like,
they got some casinos.
they do, you know, so that they got that. And also, the Washington Redskins are having a lot of beef with, I was watching the football game last night, and Bob Costas was like, you know, the word Redskin is, I don't think he used the word Redskin. He was like, the name that they've chosen is a slur. It's,
So you don't like Cleveland Indians, Washington Redskins? You don't like these?
well, I mean, how about,
If there was the New York Jews, I saw there's an ad. You see that article that went around? There was like what if there was like New York Jews and stuff like that, and the hat had like two like Jewy rabbis on it or something.
Yeah.
I mean, like I would be so awesome,
Honored. Yeah.
if there was called the New York Jews, but
well, you have let me see, you have the Kansas City Chiefs.
the Boston Celtics, but it's a Celtic, not like Boston mix or anything like that.
No. I mean,
I'm saying it's not like a racial term. It's not like we call them the Boston.
you got the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Braves. The Blackhawks. Chicago Blackhawks.
I love the Chicago Blackhawks.
I mean, but Blackhawk, I think, may be, but like a lot of these, like, you know, Chief and like,
Yeah.
and Fighting Warriors and stuff like that. Like Redskins, I could see it. I mean, if that's like what they call, I think that's what they use to call dead Indian bodies. You know, like
Really?
in battle, they were like, how many Redskins are like scalps or something like that.
That's horrible. Is that what it really means? I'm gonna look it up real quick while we're. But go ahead, finish your point.
No, I mean, but it's a derogatory name, you know. But I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of on the fence with this. Like, it's just more pussification, you know. It's like no one's feelings get hurt. Like, how about the Fighting Irish, Notre Dame? Like, NBC has like a multi-billion.
But it's the Fighting Irish. It's not the Fighting like potato eaters.
But it's still. I mean, you could pull the card and say that, well, it portrays us in a light as violent people. You know? Where's my lawsuit? My 40 acres and a mule. You know?
Well, you do. You have the whole country.
Well, I know. But I really...
Tom Hagen?
I don't care. You know? I mean...
No, I mean, it's hard for me to say I don't care, but I do.
There's no Jewish terms for... There's no, like, nicknames for Jews in sports.
No.
You know, like, there's teams called the Savages. You're like, you know, there's teams called the Indians, teams called the
Right.
you know, the Whoop Whoops.
I mean, if I was
Chief Nakahomer.
I mean, if I was Indian, maybe I would be upset. But
a lot of this stuff they have kind of like gotten a lot of that stuff out, but the NFL doesn't. You know, they're willing to talk, but they're like, actually, I'm not sure if it's the whole NFL or just Daniel Snyder, who's the owner. He's like a multi-billionaire, the guy who owns the Redskins. He's
Right.
like, I'm not fucking changing it. Like, you know, if you want to come and talk to me, you want to sue me, like, you know, go ahead. But I mean, we take pride in this. You know, this is like we're not
saying Indians suck. In fact, that we're promoting this.
It's not
as
like the Staten Island niggers, you know. Like, like it's, yeah, but a lot of people are seeing it as that, you know. And again, you know, that would be offensive.
I was offended. I was not offended.
But like the Redskins, I don't know. It's like, what do? You know, like, do you?
It's kind of crazy.
They changed the Montreal Expos when they moved to Washington. They called them the Nationals. They changed.
What's an expo? Why do you have to change the name?
I don't know, something Canadian and shitty, probably. Probably meant like.
But like, I mean, if I was Indian, I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would be upset. But like, I can understand why he would defend the Washington Redskins as an owner because it's a huge
business.
industry.
Oh, yeah.
But he's also selling a product. It's not like he's selling a product and saying burn it. He's saying praise this Redskin. This is like a thing you should be in love with.
Well, the Cleveland Indians, their like logo is like, you know,
The Happy Indian.
yeah, it's like, yeah, he's
a
got
feather
in his
yeah.
head, and it's like, okay.
I had an Indians hat when I was a kid. I
Well,
loved
it's like
it.
when you watch old like Looney Tunes commercials from the 40s and like they portrayed all the Japanese. They were our enemy, you know. but they portrayed all the Japanese like big buck tooth, like slanty eyed and huge heads. Like Mickey Rooney played a Japanese guy in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
And he's like, oh, and he's like, eyes are really,
And he won a fucking Oscar for it, I think,
No, did he?
Birth of a Nation, and I understand this is like 100 years ago now, but, but we all progress and we all kind of like, we're a little
If you
more...
could rename the team, what would you call it? The Washington, if you wanted to, what would you call them? The Washington...
I don't know. Beltways?
Beltways?
Yeah, that's good.
The Washington Beltways.
No, that's kind of shitty.
I would call them the Washington Bullets.
Well, that was the Wizards basketball team before they changed it from the Bullets because it was glorifying violence.
God, pussification of America.
Washington, stay on the white side.
See, the problem is you know what? Maybe he's fighting against the fact that they would probably sell out and it would be like the Washington M&Ms. It would be like some like brand name.
No, it would be like the Washington Rebels or that offends the Rebels. It's or like I don't know. I was reading some stupid article with a bunch of names that didn't have the ring as Redskins. I mean, like it's like one of the oldest franchises in football, and it's like it kind of has a history, you don't.
You don't just change your name because.
But really, what is it doing?
Because some Indians are offended.
But what is it doing?
It does nothing.
No, but who is it hurting? Are they not able to make a living, or are they not?
No, you're right.
Are they so depressed that they can't function because of a fucking name? That's an Indian crap.
We smoking peace pipe.
Native American. I'm sorry.
Native American, please.
Yes.
Anyways, what else you got for me? Are you excited that Biggest Loser is about to start?
Yeah, I'm always into watching fat people on TV.
How depressed were you when you found out that Hoarders was canceled?
It's very tough. And now I can't, yeah.
Are you going to get them on DVD just in case?
No, but they'll always have a place in my heart. Like everything, I'll never forget.
I'm sure it'll be on
Hannah,
like a channel.
Hannah drinking fucking Ovaltine out of a mayonnaise jar. Or
the chicken lady, was that Hannah?
That was Hannah.
Oh my God.
Grandma Hannah.
It's still my favorite night of my life. The night whatever was said in that house that we all laughed for remember we were watching it and someone said something and I had to leave the room. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe. What a night.
But I mean, having dead squashed chickens and she was just so mean and she had this fucking terrible.
She looked like a chicken.
She had a giblet neck.
She looked like a chicken.
And she was just and her fucking kids were like all Hills Have I motherfuckers. But
and these are real people out there.
Yeah, and they canceled Intervention too. So
no, they didn't.
Of course, yeah.
Oh my God,
they had like a finale episode too.
Who was it? What was her problem?
Probably.
My favorite was the girl you showed me that drank the stuff you clean your computer with.
The huffer. The fucking,
oh my God, that was the dust off.
Keyboard, cleaner.
Oh my God,
that was walking on sunshine.
That was an amazing. She was a piece of ass too.
She wasn't bad.
If she wasn't on those narcotic.
Yeah, those narcos.
Those narcs, she would have been probably a wonderful human being.
I probably could have banged a absolute lunatic on Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah, if I wanted to.
And why didn't you?
Because she was an absolute lunatic.
Where'd you meet her?
I was with my buddy Jim, who I'd like to get in here one time.
Oh, yeah.
He's a very funny guy.
Okay.
And so I was with him. He had to drop some stuff off at Birds, in Franklin there.
Yeah, of course. Hollywood, for those who don't know.
Yeah, in Hollywood, Los Angeles, California. And I went in, and I see this girl. She's like a little bigger, but she had huge tits.
Just a little bit chunk.
Tits.
Having big, giant tits.
Tits. And she grabbed me as I was walking in, and we were gonna meet his friend.
She grabbed you at your dick?
No, she grabbed my arm and she's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" And she's like, and then she asked us who was the top and who was the bottom, and we were both like, "I'm the top," and he was like, "No, I'm the top. Look at him," and I'm like, "Fuck, are you kidding me? I'm the top." So we were arguing over who would fuck each other,
right?
If we were gay, which we're not.
Charming as hell, probably.
Yeah. Oh, dude, she was loving eating that shit up. And then, so that was there, and she's like, holding my arm, and I'm like, damn, this is.
I want to see your tits.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, she's a little bit older, which is fine, I'm fucking, I'll be 31 in a couple of weeks. It's not like I'm a spring chicken. And then I'm like, oh, how's it going? How's everything? You know, what do you like? I'm not good at that.
Right. So you're trying to like get to seeing where this is gonna go.
Conversation. I'll make you laugh. I'll make you think.
And then you're gonna come home and you're gonna wrap your giant fat lips around my penis.
Yeah, you know, your fucking your antidepressant chapped lipped lips.
Go ahead. So lay it on me. What happened?
And then I'm like, oh, and she's like, oh, you know, actually, I'm having a really bad week. So she, immediately, that's like the first red
Oh
flag. Like,
God! What now? What?
and she's like, well, my boss just died. I'm like, oh shit, that sucks. And I think I made like a joke about someone dying. And she was like, and she's like, and my boyfriend and I are fighting. I'm like,
Oh, see you later, toots.
And then she's like, but I want to see you. And I'm like, see me? Like, I'm right here. Like she was fucking crazy. And then as soon as she starts talking about dead people and being depressed,
Oh no, you had to
in
get out.
Hollywood,
You had to get out of there.
I mean, if she was like,
she
you
could
know,
probably would have. It would have been like Grand Theft Auto. She brings you back to her place.
I would have
and her
woken up-
boyfriend would have killed. Would have had you like chained up, and you would have been wearing.
I would have had a pretty good story. But
You wouldn't have because no one would ever have found you again. I would have been like, John, where is Crowley?
yeah.
Jim, where? Well, he met this fat bitch.
Yeah, and he was like, Jim, leave. Like, you're killing my swagger. And
So,
then she
yeah.
clubbed me over the head.
Ugh.
Yeah, and then, and he was like double parked, and we just had to drop something off. And she gave Jim her number, and I'm like, oh, okay. And like,
Gave Jim the number.
Yeah.
For you
I don't know.
or one.
But I'm talking to her, and she's like, so, like, where you, like, are you staying here? And I'm like, no, I gotta leave right now, but, you know, like, I'll get your number from my friend. And then she's like, all right, and she kisses me on the lips.
Oh,
And I'm like, wow. Like
like a kiss or just like a peck?
like not like a open mouth, but like a kiss on the
Right,
lips.
right.
Like maybe, but she like maybe been kissing me on the cheek, and I like moved around and kissed her on the lips.
Oh my
Just,
God.
hey, why not?
That sounds.
I gotta live sometimes, you know. And then we left, and I'm like, you know, like maybe you gotta, you know, YOLO. You know, like what would fucking Lil Wayne do?
Lil Wayne would have roofied her,
Would have taken
her home,
some scissor,
a scissor, and
fucking
then
take a scissor shit all over
had
her
his way with
crazy
her
tits.
and left her on the street.
Yeah, but you know,
That's the gangster way to do it.
I've hooked up with a couple crazy girls, and it's nothing. It's not worth the trouble. I mean, I don't want to have her to have my number. And
Oh, no.
fucking start texting me and calling me.
All
like,
the time.
yeah, like I don't even like you. I mean, I talked to you for like 3 minutes.
And then her boyfriend calls you.
Yeah, and then I have to defend my fucking my
Cute little self.
my palace, dude. I'm huge. Drinking a lot of milk, smoking a lot of cigarettes. Like I'm in the pinnacle of health. And then so that you know, like I love my buddy Jim, like, but he's kind of a bad influence. Like, I hadn't drank in like a week. I had a choice, and I like my cocktails. I like beer and all that stuff. But I'm like, you know, no more fast food, no more beer.
Yeah,
no
we've
more
been through this
booze.
before. Yeah, we've been through it.
And then like he calls me up. He's like, "Oh, let's hang out." I'm like, "All right." So I'll go down, and like I feel so lame being like, "Oh, you know, I'm not really drinking right now." He's like, "Well, you know, we can go to a bar," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll have a Diet Coke," and he's like,
Inevitably, you don't have a Diet Coke.
yeah. So a friend of his came over, really, really cute chick. And, you know, they're friends and all that stuff. Nothing. And I was like, all right, well, you know, I might leave. I'll let you two guys, you know, hang out. You know, you're not just gonna hang out with a chick to fucking talk about
Right, isn't it?
Glee. You know,
Yeah.
you're gonna try to throw it in. And then he's like, well, her roommate might come. And I'm like, oh,
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Double, double, double.
Start double fisting.
You
know.
start drinking.
I gotta get my charm juice in. me.
Right. Get that scissor up in you.
My fucking stuttered, slurred joke man
A little
routine.
bit. You got a little bit of excitement coming.
Yeah, and we, so, you know,
How's this gonna end? Does it end with you waking up the next morning, butt naked, with a beautiful girl who's like, "Can we do it one more time before I leave?"
yeah.
Did
She's
it?
like,
Did
this
it end?
time, throw it in my butt.
Did it end like that?
Well, you guys have to just wait till next week to find out. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, they come over, and you know, Jim's my boy, so he's gonna talk me up to his friend, and it's basically a blind double date, but we're not going to dinner or anything. We're hanging out. We're gonna have some drinks.
Right.
Bullshit.
Gotcha.
I have every intention of trying to bang you. You know, like I'm gonna try. You know,
I'm gonna put it out there.
I'm
I'm gonna put my penis on the table.
Yeah.
And let you know this could be yours.
well. Funny you say that.
Uh oh.
No. So I'm like a little nervous, you know. I'm like, okay, like I'll be fine. I'm always good.
Oh, no.
I have to rely on my sense of humor or lack thereof.
You're telling people this, or this is what's going on in your head?
This was going on in my head.
Okay, good.
My terrible,
Right.
twisted, thought process.
So what happened?
Filled with anxiety and everything else. So they show up, and I'm like, oh, and I see the girl. She's really cute. 23.
Oh yeah.
You could bounce a shekel off her tuchus.
Oh, it would have been wonderful. Would have bounced right. It would have poked you in the eye,
man.
right and back.
Well, yeah, and as soon as she sees me, I see the disappointment in her
No,
face.
dude, you being serious, Kev?
Swear to
You're
God.
awesome though. You're a good kid.
Hey, I am very perceptive. That didn't stop me from doing anything.
You really do believe she saw you and she was
Well,
like, "Oh my god." like,
yeah. Oh, dude, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Hey, dude, I've been trying to find work. I'm used to rejection. It's okay.
Oh no, you're a good kid.
I'm the best,
You're the best.
But
around.
but we're hanging out on the patio. Jim and I are smoking a butt, and we're like talking and hugs and hi, I'm Kevin. Hey, I'm so and so, and she just like, I could tell it was like 9:30.
She wanted to go home.
Yeah, she wanted to go home as soon as
she got there.
Yeah, I mean like, and then we're all talking a little bit, and Jim's friend, who's super cool, turns to her friend, her roommate. She goes, "I'm really sorry."
No, you saw it.
Yeah, I
No.
read her lips. She said, "Sorry."
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Fuck these two cunts.
But hey, look, I can.
I
only,
hope they get cancer of the vag.
Well, okay, so hey, what are you gonna do? I don't know. Like we brought all this booze and we got a couple beers.
Oh, I don't even want to hear this. I feel bad.
Well, hold on, listen. It gets better. If the anti-bullying PSAs have taught me anything, it gets better. So I'm not gonna take my ball and go home. Fuck it.
saw you saw the look, and then you also
Oh, yeah,
see
dude,
the
come
girl
on.
say,
I can read people. At least I think I can. I can read people
Right.
pretty well. And I'm not a pessimist. I'm a realist. I understand that like the fucking bleach blonde fucking
"Skinny bitch."
yeah or like whatever like I'm not a model. That's fine. Like I don't give a shit what I
People
look like.
think.
Yeah, I'd not really. I mean, I'd like.
Jesus, I would love to.
I'd like people. I'd like 23-year-olds to be like, wow, like this guy is fucking super hot. Like that patch of hair on the back on his back, like that shit just eats me up. Yeah.
That colada tattoo. What's it called? Colada.
yeah.
What is it?
Clouda.
Clouda tattoo. Love it.
But
go ahead.
Okay,
we
so
gotta get this. We don't want to be going all night with this story. Now
so
that I know
she's
this.
not feeling well, and like
Oh, fucking
Hold on,
bitch!
hold on.
Fuck you!
she was saying, I didn't really feel well when I woke up this morning. I have an audition tomorrow.
An audition what? To be a fucking cunt?
I appreciate that you are defending me, but look, it's okay. Like I've gone out to clubs and bars, and like 1 out of 10 times, I'll hit a fucking dinger, but that you're not gonna get in the Hall of Fame with 100 batting average, which is fine. I don't care. I'll live. But so we go in. I'm like, what do you want to do? Like, let's get a deck of cards, start playing. So Jim, who's the smartest motherfucker in the world, has the greatest like party game deck of cards. It's called Aces, I think. Aces? It might be Aces.
Okay.
And it's basically you throw 4 cards around and each thing has a thing. Chug a beer, take a shot, take off an article of clothes, make a rule, all this stuff. So, we're talking, and I'm doing my best.
To be nice and
so
charming.
where are you from? Oh yeah, you're an actress. What have you been in?
Nothing. Sucking dick films.
But she was, I mean, look, she just wasn't into me. But
she wasn't nice at all.
no, she was. She wasn't a bitch. She wasn't. But I could just tell
This wasn't going anywhere.
yeah, I'm gonna still try. And like, thank God for Aces, because about 2 games in, we already are all buzzed, drinking Jameson, drinking beers, pants are coming off. At one point, I'm sitting there in my boxers and no shirt. She's sitting there in her underwear. She's doing handstands and stuff. So I'm like, oh, this is like awesome.
It might turn out okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay. So at one time, I kind of,
Oh, you touched her?
well, like I'm at this point wearing only boxer shorts, and I kind of like brush my leg up against hers, like on her bare skin. And she looked at me and turned away.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I don't want to hear
At
this.
what point? But I didn't give up. So 2:00 comes around. She's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go home."
And
Yeah.
where's Jim and his friend? In the other room fucking making babies.
Yes.
And she's left with you now getting dressed as fast as she can.
No. Like we weren't alone. So she's like, "Oh, I can't find a cab company." So I called her a cab, and showed up. She left, and I jerked off on someone else's couch. But hey, it's okay, Jeremy.
It's not okay.
Why not?
Because she should have fucked you.
She should have fucked me. I completely agree with you.
Could have been the best lay of her life.
With all my scabby scrotum from my cigarette burns.
Yeah, he's scrotum.
No, hey, it's a Monet down there.
It's a learning lesson.
No, it's not.
Ladies, you're supposed to fuck Kevin Crowley.
If they want to, look. But fat chicks love me. I'm like pumpkin pie, like to a fat girl.
You're a piece of nice big pumpkin cheesecake to a fat bitch.
It's okay.
All right, kids. Thanks for listening. This has been Bad Takeout.
I'm Kevin Crowley.
I am Jeremy Tomberg. Just head over to www.badtakeout.com and remember, you're supposed to fuck Kevin Crowley. Ladies.
I'm a Scorpio, bitches.